Hi, this is Malaika Arora Khan.
Hi, this is Arbaaz Khan with Faridoon.
And you're watching us
on Bollywood Hungama.
What is your modus operandi of functioning, that who just chooses a script?
I think he's more equipped to answer that because he is the one who's completely responsible for right from choosing a script to how it should play out. I'm his sounding board.
Right.
He definitely runs by all those ideas, whatever he has, he runs it by with me. I always have my take on things. I always do. If I feel whatever in terms of casting, or if I feel there's something not right, I will always tell him. If he thinks it's right, he will listen. He will take my suggestions seriously.
I take those major calls in the sense that, when there is an exciting script that comes my way, and I have strangely done things that I'm sure nobody would really do. So sometimes some of my decisions they may seem very impulsive, and when I met Abhinav, when he narrated the script to me as an actor, I just committed to him and I said, we're doing the film. And I had never seen his work. Like, I never asked him, show me your DVD if you've done any work before, or who have you assisted, or what. If I feel that this person has got some material that I think is good enough, then getting it on screen is not such a big issue, because those technical aspects can be handled. What is the use if everything looks beautiful but you don't have the content? So similarly with Abhishek, Dogra, who's done Dolly Ki Doli,
right.
When he too came with me, I really didn't want to ask him, show me your resume, or where you worked or what you've done. I was quite wrapped with the kind of material that they had. Of course, all this material needed some amount of tweaking and changes and all that stuff, but inherently it had the characters and the story that I kind of got excited about. Then we could really work at it, because then I bring in what values that I think as a filmmaker, because I'm a creative producer. I just don't take something and I just let it happen. I get involved in it, and I kind of contribute into my films, because a film that I put my name to should reflect a lot about what kind of cinema that I like. I'm not here completely to make films for people and fulfill their dreams. Oh, you like this movie? Chalo, I'm a producer, you're a successful filmmaker, you go make this movie. No, that film should reflect the kind of cinema that even I like. So there is a kind of a synergy between the filmmaker, the writer, director and me.
When Besharam came in, a lot of people said that it doesn't seem coming from the same director who made Dabangg. And all these inputs that we had discussed post Dabangg, that what you gave and what Salman gave to the script and in terms of dialogue. Somewhere you feel that it's important that a producer or an actor, if he feels strongly about something, he should surely make sure that it goes into the movie.
Abhinav was a very, very big player in Dabangg. And we must not forget that the seed of Dabangg came from him. It was his idea, it was his script, it was his characters that I got excited about. Then, like I said, I am not one of those typical producers who will just take a script and make it just the way somebody has wanted it to be. Earlier Dabangg, which Abhinav will also admit, did not have any songs. It was a 60-day film, and it had a different parameters.
Right.
There were some dark shades to that character which were needed when that script was being made.
Right.
So when Salman came in, Salman's image is too strong, too positive, those things had to be altered. Those changes we brought in. We asked him to do those things. The songs that came in, the action that came in, the kind of bigness that came in, those were kind of the visions that both me and my brother had, to take that potentially good script and give it that kind of expanse that it needed. It is not just Abhinav and me and Salman. The music of the film is incredible. Sonakshi's contribution is incredible. The action director's contribution is incredible. The DOP's confidence in the film. I mean to say, a lot of people do that kind of work on DI and all that stuff, giving it that shade and that tone. The man had the guts to put a filter and take that option where you could not change it. Abhinav was a huge player in Dabangg. When he made another film, maybe he had different ideas.
Because
so it's not as though because he made Besharam, he was not contributing in Dabangg.
That's very unfair.
That is not how it is.
No. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the debate was about the contribution in terms of what Salman brought to the table in terms of dialogue and what.
See, Salman. Let's be very honest. I mean to say, in a film, there are 80 odd scenes, and there are some, God knows how many hundreds and thousands of dialogues. If somebody as an actor feels that I'm going to change this one line here and I'm going to contribute here, does not mean that he's written the dialogues of the film.
He wrote a few
key dialogues. He wrote some key dialogues. He's
Yeah.
written key dialogues even in films like Wanted and some other films where Reddy and all that stuff, where he's made those captions, and they have worked. And those leads also come from already the given material that is there. More often than not, what he says works. More often than not,
Right. Because experience.
Yes. Now, like this dialogue. कि थप्पड़ से डर नहीं लगता सांप प्यार से लगता है. That is Abhinav's dialogue.
You know, I'm not taking anything away from Abhinav either.
No.
I'm not taking it.
So
I'm
listen,
only
every
saying
actor
a lot of people
contributes.
said that both the films, it didn't seem that it's coming from the
Doesn't
same.
matter.
That's what the
Maybe
perception.
he was not in his.
He's
It's like playing an innings where you score 100 and you go in the next ball and maybe you don't score 100. I know Abhinav is an extremely talented person. That is the reason I could have that faith in him and trust him with the movie. He's definitely somebody who's capable of bouncing back. We are not necessarily going to make classic films and exceptionally accepted films. We'll go wrong because what goes wrong is your thought process. The sincerity and the honesty to the work is always going to be there. A concept like Queen works, a concept like Kahani works, a concept like Vicky Donor works, or Dabangg works when it came back into thing. If you go wrong in that concept, you go wrong with the film. So he tried something to do with Besharam. It didn't work. It doesn't matter. He'll find something that will connect.
Hi, this is Faridoon Shahryar. For the most interesting celebrity interviews, do subscribe to Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.